Hello! Hey, so I was just listening to the radio and they were talking about the Alex Baldwin and played his interview, so I just want to talk about revolvers really quick. And it is December 6, 2021. Tomorrow's Pearl Harbor Day. And it's nighttime. So listening to the radio, they played the Alex Baldwin clip where he was saying he pulled the hammer back, didn't put his finger in the trigger, and the gun fired. He was using an old style 45 caliber single action. Exactly what this gun is, right? So let's talk about the other revolvers real quick. Now, let's go over safety. I am in a brick house, so that's a good thing. This is a double brick wall, so it's a brick wall and another brick wall, so I'll be pointing this direction. I've checked the guns already, but we're going to even double check them as we do the video. Now this is a 38 special. I can see that there's no bullets in there. I put my fingers over the holes. This is a 38 special, takes only 38 round, Smith & Wesson. The way this works is that everything is inside. There's no hammer, no nothing, so I can just pull the trigger. It's 5 rounds. Pretty simple, straightforward. It's made for, like, if you're at an ATM, somebody tries to rob you, that's the end of that robbery, right? So, simple gun, probably the most modern design we have. Slightly older, 357, Smith & Wesson. I'm sorry, this is a Ruger 357, Model 9, I believe. And these take a 357 round, also a 38 special round. The way these work is you can pull the trigger and have it fire, the hammer comes back, or you can pull the hammer back, fire a round. Pull the hammer back, fire a round. Now, these guns, if you go like this, it's not going to fire because the hammer has to be all the way back. You have to pull the trigger, and that drops something back here that allows the hammer to hit the pin. That's the only time these guns can fire, is when this hammer is hitting the pin. There's no pin on here. The pin's inside of here, right? Now, a couple decades old, much old, I believe. The 44 Model 29 is from the 50s, I believe. We're going to check. No bullets in there, no 44. So this takes 44 mag, 44 special. If I pull the hammer back, it's the same thing as 357. I can just keep on pulling the trigger. I can pull the hammer back, pull the trigger. Same mechanism. I can go like this, but it's not going to hit. It's not going to hit a bullet because there's a little thing that comes up and blocks the hammer. It's a safety mechanism. Blocks the hammer from hitting the pin. You have to pull all the way back and you have to push the button. Okay, so that's. Ooh, that's getting a little loose up there. Little cotter pin loose. So 44 mag, 357 Magnum 2, and 38 special. Slight variations, but close to the same operation. Now, Colt 45, and these are real guns. This is a replica. It's a very good replica. It's exactly same operation, mechanisms, mechanics of a old style Colt 45 single action. So the way the single action works is much different. If I go in here and try to pull the trigger, nothing happens. I have to pull it back and then pull the trigger. Pull it back, pull the trigger. And if you see in Westerns, they'll pull the trigger and they'll go like this. And that's going to cause the cylinder to spin, and I'm going to be able to hit the bullets by doing that, right? Because these old style guns, the pin is on the hammer. Now, Alex Baldwin says he never put his finger in the trigger. So if we try that, oh, hey, the hammer's not going down. The only way to make the hammer go down is by pulling the trigger. Or you put your finger on a trigger and you do it, and that's the only other way. But Alex said, pull it back, and it fell on the hammer, or it fell on the bullet. Even if you pull it back a little bit, it goes what's called half-cocked. You've heard the saying, walk around half-cocked. Full-cocked. Fire. Half-cock, full-cock, fire. So the only way he would have fired that weapon is by putting his finger on the trigger. So anyway, so that's Ray's education on revolvers. Maybe I just use this as an excuse to take my revolvers out and play with them a little bit. Nah, it's an educational thing. Just for those of you who are not that familiar with weapons or specific to revolvers and the differences and how they work, there you go. So yeah, somebody's not telling the truth. Anyway, have a good night.